The road to the island wasn't even marked on GPS. I had to rent a car and use a faded paper map, the kind you unfold once and never quite manage to fold back the same way. They told me the lighthouse had been abandoned for years, that the last keeper, my father, died there alone, and that I shouldn't go back. But I did, because among his things, I found a letter written in my own handwriting. "You need to finish what I started," it said. "You'll understand when you arrive. Don't ignore the voices." The air smelled of salt and rust. The sea crashed against the rocks like it wanted to break through the memory of the place. The house next to the lighthouse stood crooked against the sky, leaning, exhausted. Inside, dust lived on everything. Old furniture, faded wallpaper, peeling paint, and the silence that didn't feel empty. It felt full, like it was listening. I found a cassette recorder in my father's desk. Inside, a tape, already loaded. I pressed play. If you're hearing this, you've come back. I always thought it would be you. I'm sorry. I should have opened the door, but I didn't. And now, they won't leave. I froze. He wasn't talking about guilt. He was talking about something else.
Something still here. I spent the first night in the upstairs room. Didn't sleep. Listened to the wind move through the cracks in the walls. And just before 2:14 a.m., I heard it. 3 soft knocks. Tap, tap, tap. Then silence. In the morning, a note was waiting for me on the kitchen table. Same handwriting as the letter. Mine. You heard them. But that's not all. They're not angry. They're trapped. Tonight, you'll see the door. Don't open it right away. First, remember. What door?
There were only 4 in the house. I had checked them all, but something told me I hadn't seen them all. I went to the village the next day. Few people lived there now. The woman from the cafe, pale, sharp-eyed, stopped me outside the store. She said, "Don't go in those rooms, the ones that never opened. It matters." I said, "You knew my father?" She looked past me, afraid to make eye contact. She said, "He tried to fix it. Too late. Nobody forgets here. Everything listens, even if it says nothing." I said, "Who are they?" She paused. "Wrong question," she said. "Not who, when." That night, behind a dusty bookshelf in the hallway, I saw it. A door, gray wood, brass handle, no lock. I knew it hadn't been there before. I remembered the note. "Don't open it right away. First, remember." So, I sat, closed my eyes, and I remembered. I was 6. My father was telling me a story about a girl and her mother who ran from something and hid in a house with light. They sang so they wouldn't cry, but then they were gone. I opened my eyes, took a breath, reached for the handle. From the other side,
a soft rustle.
Like bare feet on wood, like a dress brushing past memory. I didn't open it. I just whispered, "I'm here. I hear you." And from inside, silence, but not empty, full. The next day, another note. You saw her, but now she wants you to hear. Tonight at 3:17, go to the room with the window. No lights. Be alone. I waited.
At 3:17, I sat in the dark. And then I heard the song. No words, just a soft melody, barely there, like something you hum to yourself under a bed to stay calm. Then I saw them, wet footprints on the floor, small, bare, leading from nowhere, disappearing at the wall. And in the mirror, she was standing behind me. A girl, pale, two braids, dark eyes like shadows with weight. She didn't speak, just mouthed, "Say my name." I whispered, "Ailsa." The lights flickered, the reflection vanished, but I knew she had heard me, and it was just the beginning. The next night, she spoke, from the darkness behind the door. You came. She said you would. Who? I asked. My mother. We stayed because he didn't open the door. We called. We cried. But he didn't come. I remembered my father's voice on the tape. She begged. I heard her, but I was afraid. I sat with her in the dark. No fear, only grief and shame. He thought forgetting would help, I said, but forgetting just buries things alive. He's gone, but you're here. You can open it now, so we can go. I stood, put my hand on the handle, turned. The house shook, not from wind, from release. Inside, nothing. An empty room, a child's doll on the floor, dust, cold. A folded paper beneath the toy. You can't save us. We stayed too long, but you can tell them. You can make sure we're remembered. That night, I climbed to the top of the lighthouse. For the first time in decades, I turned on the light. It took minutes to warm up. The glass spun, and then the beam, piercing the mist, reaching the sea, cutting through everything that had been hidden. And on the shore, I saw them. A woman, a child, holding hands, looking up at me. Ailsa waved, and I heard, not in my ears, but in my mind. Now they'll see us. Now they'll know. Thank you. They turned and walked into the fog. Gone. I stayed,
watched the light turn and turn, and for the first time, I felt peace. Not because they were gone, but because now they'd been heard. Not all ghosts want revenge. Some just want to be remembered.